everybody's doing okay today. I thought I'd give a little tip on grocery shopping, what we have been doing once we bring the groceries home. I was shopping the other day, was leaving the store. The lady washing the carts off looked at the cart that I had, and she said, well, now the hard part starts. You got to take it home and take it all inside. It's actually a little bit harder than that because I actually put it in the garage first and I wipe everything down. And she just looked at me like she was stunned, and she said, what? I said, yeah. I said, I take it home, I take it in the garage, I unpack it, I take some antibacterial, antivirus cloth, everything down before I even take it into my house. And she said that she, in all the time that she works at that front door, in this pandemic for the last 9 to 10 months, she's never heard of anybody doing this. I just thought that that was odd to me. We all know that the virus right now has killed over 250,000 people. And we all know that the virus is just everywhere. Anything that I would buy in the store, anything that I walk up to the checkout counter, anything that the checkout person that's sitting there working all of these groceries through and through, touching every piece that everybody else has touched, this is what we do. Of course, we're careful in the grocery store. We wear our masks. Stay away from anybody that's coughing, sneezing. Here in southern Indiana, we really don't have much of a problem anymore with people not wearing masks. I know certain sections of the country, people are still just absolutely refusing to. Now that the virus has gotten so out of control, a week before Thanksgiving, I hate to say it, but a lot of those people are probably the people that are sick now. If they're not sick, their family members are probably sick. You gotta wear a mask, and you just have to protect yourself and protect your community. That's the main thing. If you haven't thought about this tip, I highly recommend it. My understanding, the virus can still live in your refrigerator, so even things that you're gonna put into your refrigerator, if it has virus on it and you put it in there, a half hour later somebody else gets in the refrigerator to grab something, it's possible that they've got the virus. That the virus is spread through the air. I understand that it's airborne. It is everywhere, and it is being spread through doorknobs, through gas pumps, things like that, if you touch them and then touch your face. If you like this little tip, once I get everything nice and clean, I transport it in the house. It's just another layer of security, another layer of protection that we've set in place. When uncertain times like this are upon us, you gotta be really smart. You gotta think about the ways that this virus is spreading. This kind of cheese container here. Somebody obviously brought it into the store, put it in the cooler. I walked up, grabbed it, put it in my cart, and walked up to the front counter. Now the lady at the front counter comes down the belt, she grabs it, spins it around, hits the scanner code. I ask you this question. When you go to the grocery store, how many of those folks that are cashiers are cleansing their hands every time a customer goes through? It's been my experience, not many. Some will have a rag there. When you use your credit card machine, they'll wipe it off. But even with that, they're using the same rag. Very few times I see them use some kind of a spray where each time it's a brand new disinfectant going on the machine there. Somebody is running thousands of items through that have been touched by hundreds of people coming through that line in the period of a day. It just seems like to me like the infection rate can get pretty high. This doesn't take long for me to wipe everything down, and why not? Why not add just a little layer of protection? I know a lot of people that have joked about this virus from the very beginning. I bet there's still people in this nation, even with 250,000, 250,000 people have died, almost 12 million cases, and I bet there's still people that think it's a joke. It's not a joke, folks. Not a joke, and it's here, and it's getting bad, and it's getting worse. Vaccines are on their way, but holy cow. People like me and you, it's going to be months and months before we get a vaccine. So we've got to stay strong, and we've got to protect ourselves, and we have to protect our family. That's what's so important. If you see somebody in a store walking around without a mask on, I know you probably shouldn't say anything because it's going to cause a problem, but doesn't it run through your head, hey man, everybody else is helping to protect everybody else. Why aren't you? What is the problem here? It's like flying in a low-level airplane with a firearm, shooting bullets randomly just out into the landscape, and you fly off and never visit that area again. You really have no idea if you're hitting somebody or not. Have you really hurt anybody or not? The virus is the same way. You could be walking around without a mask. You're not sick. You don't think you're asymptomatic. You have no idea what kind of trail behind you that you're leaving. You may be making people sick. Actually, people may be dying because of your recklessness of spreading the virus. My recommendation, which if you're a person that doesn't want to wear a mask and you don't believe it's true, you're not going to listen to anyways. But anybody that really is sensible out there, keep doing what you're doing if you're wearing your mask. Keep gelling, keep isolating. Let's get through this thing. This is it. This is 1918. This is where it really gets bad. So let's hunker down, let's get in the trenches, and let's beat this thing. Here's one other suggestion for you. Be wise about when you actually go shopping. I was at the grocery store this morning at 6 a.m. Nobody there. There were a few people rushing in, grabbed something for lunch, heading back out. Basically, the store was vacant. Had workers there, restocking, but it was a nice time to shop. So be wise. Try not to go Friday afternoon at 4 or 5 o'clock. You know everybody's going to be there. It's going to be packed. Think about when to go. Reduce your exposure time. Please be safe with this Thanksgiving holiday coming up. Highly suggest you don't gather. Your family will be safe. You'll get to see them whenever the virus is eradicated, whenever the vaccine's out. Just be safe. Isolate as much as you can. And I'll see you on the next video. LAF space FilmFest. That's capital LAF space FilmFest. Have you a good day.